was just hanging with his old friend. Beer for breakfast, what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Again. Pop that top. Again.
Preston's missing. We gotta find him. That hooker in the bathroom was dead when I found her.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Beer for Breakfast Morning Show with the Lake Placid legend, Toolman Tim, and me, the obscure Ron, and I like to keep it that way. We're coming to you live and local from the Obscure Destinations Studios in Lake Placid, Florida.
Come and get it!
No, not that Lake Placid. Stick around, have fun, laugh while you can, and remember to like and subscribe and tell your friends about us.
Beer for Breakfast Morning Show is brought to you by Ground Up Remodeling. Tim will take care of your needs from the ground up. Truly one of the best in Lake Placid, and we wouldn't let anyone else work on our handyman or home improvement needs. Call Tim today.
Good morning, everybody. It's Ron and Tim and Ron and Tim, and sometimes maybe not the producer. Robin said he'd see us today, but I don't see him here yet. So I assume he's probably drinking. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I have faith in the lad.
The only guy we know that's actually trying to quit.
Actually, he's made it like a week now, so I'm proud of him.
No kidding. It's been that long.
It's been about that long, yeah.
Wow.
So
That's something I've never done.
well,
Well, no, I can't say that. I did quit drinking for like 5 years once. Didn't help.
Yeah.
Just made my ex-wife an ex-wife.
yeah, that was good shit. I don't know. Anyway, it's time to christen the show.
Oh, fire up that morning
Morning.
with a happy sound. There we go.
There we go. So
Here's the beer for
it
breakfast.
is officially official. Anyway, a lot of crazy things going on. I just learned about some weird island that we're not allowed to go to that we'll talk about later.
Yeah, that I heard that on the news. That was crazy.
Um,
Well, remember yesterday the Gulf was 76 degrees? Today it's 78. 2 degrees in one day.
that's no good, man. That's bad for hurricane
Hurricane
season.
time, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
You know what? They should just have a bunch of ice made, or just go pick up an iceberg, drop that shit in the Gulf, and that would pretty much.
Yeah, they claim that the poles are melting anyway.
Yeah.
Let's just drag one down, cool the bitch down.
Yeah, let's cool it down. Cool it down. We don't need all that. We don't need all that craziness going on out there. But
It's like we just got through the hurricane season. Here we are going back to it already.
I'm telling you, that ain't right, man.
Seems to get longer every year.
Yeah.
I was watching comedians yesterday. I found a new one that I had never seen, but my wife actually knew it was Bill Burr. He was funnier than hell.
I hate that fucking.
You don't like anybody.
The bald guy.
I don't remember if he was bald or not.
Yeah, he's Bill.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he is white guy bald.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. He's changed in the last 6 or 8 years. He used to be funny.
Well, maybe this was old.
Now he's a political piece of shit.
Huh?
He married a black chick, and now all of a sudden he thinks that he's
Oh yeah, he did bring his little kid at the end out.
the niglet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't say the N word.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
You didn't.
I didn't.
You did.
I said niglet.
That's it.
That is not the N word. There's no hard R there.
Oh,
You know, little white kids are cracklets. Indian kids are ingulets.
There we go. How about them Florida Gators? They're national champions.
championships.
Yeah, that was
That gives
unexpected.
That'll give Bill Barr his child something to do when he grows up. You know, because it's basketball.
Yeah, I get it. They only possessed the ball like 63 seconds in the whole stupid game, and they ended up winning by like 3 points. Right at the
Welcome,
very
Robin.
end.
Yeah.
There he is.
Hi, Robin. Do you agree that?
Sure, I agree.
I did not use the hard R, so that's all I know. I didn't hit the hard R. So you doing all right this morning, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
That's good.
Yeah. You sound a little depressed.
No, I'm just tired.
Oh, okay.
It's early in the morning for people.
Well, it's
Regular.
6:18 here, my time.
Oh, crap.
It's 7:19 here, our time. So that pretty much makes us the same, except for an hour difference.
Ours counts, though.
Yeah.
I have to get
Well,
up.
when we get up there, we're gonna get rid of the time zones and make everything American time.
Oh, we got to eliminate our 3 time zones then.
That's right. Though.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be next after the tariffs, eh?
I don't know, man.
Who knows?
I never really thought about it because he always goes, "I love China. I'm really good friends with Xi and all that," which he does a lot of business in China. Trump did anyway.
Oh,
But he
still
truly hates those fucking people. Excuse my language, but he hates them.
does. Really? He doesn't like anybody.
You can tell that he truly just does. He liked the prime minister or the president or whatever of Japan that got shot. They were really tight. They were really good friends. But
Well,
but he completely hates, and you can tell it now as you watch it more, because basically he kind of backed off of China yesterday. I mean, off of Canada yesterday.
Yeah.
A little bit, and he goes, "Listen, China's got till noon today. Right now, is in Trash Talking Tuesday.
right.
He's got until noon today. China does to drop their tariffs, or we're hitting them with 150.
Yeah, I heard that.
So whatever thing you buy from China,
Made in China. You ain't gonna like the price.
that's just fixing to get expensive. So much for that. What do you call it? The low prices on Wahicks and doohickeys, and where you can go to.
Cell
You
phone
could go buy right now. A Husky tool is going to cost you the same as a Snap-on. Snap-on's like, yeah, this is shit.
finally competitive.
Mac tools and Snap-on guys are all popping expensive beers.
Bottles of the bubbly.
Yeah.
The ordering bottle service.
Well, see, yesterday could have been the day since you didn't do a whole lot, it would have been a good day to do a drive around and show Robin the beautiful.
Well, yeah,
Lake
I didn't even
Placid.
think about it.
I didn't either. It's raining today, so if you don't go today, we can show them rainy Lake Placid. Rainy days in month? No.
Yeah, I'm not going out. I'm just going to work.
Give me your phone. I'll
I
take it.
got indoor stuff to do.
I got to. I'm going to go out. I'm just not going to be able to do it live because I put the wrong SIM card in my phone. And I'm too lazy to fix it because that might take a whole lot of 10 minutes.
Yeah, lucky you. I can't even do that.
Well, yeah, he can't. But yeah, yours wouldn't. See, if I would have left mine alone, that's all I had to do was just don't touch it.
Instead, you touch
I
it.
needed those 2 numbers. I needed my wife's phone number and our best friend's phone number. We don't even talk to that whore anymore. You notice she wasn't in my list. It was just Amazon, PayPal, Robin, Tony. Marvin's not even in there.
Yeah, your list is like my Facebook.
Yeah.
I got like 5.
Yeah.
My wife's got hundreds and hundreds. Wouldn't doubt if she had thousands.
I've got a couple hundred, I think. I don't even remember how many I have on Facebook, but it's just funny because I used to have a whole lot, but I have this tendency to offend people, which
I just can't believe it.
it's true. It's true.
He offended like 12 nationalities before he came on.
No, I was on. You should have seen Tim's face when I said the other word that he's now saying is a bad word.
Well, it's like I wouldn't say that to a person's face.
No, I have, and I don't see a problem. You know, it's just like you've got chickens and you've got McNuggets. It's the same thing.
Roll.
Look at him shaking his head just like me. It's like, dude, really?
I'm about to trim my mustache in that famous little Charlie Chaplin style.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Charlie Chaplin style. Start each morning with, "Hi, how are you?" Good morning. No, I'm not a Nazi fan. However, they dress really nice.
They do have good style instinct.
Yeah. Always had nice haircuts.
They march well together.
Yes, they do. But you know, when you get shot, if you don't,
Yeah, that tends to make you want to march right.
that's why those Chinese armies always look so nice. They're all
Oh yeah, man, they're right.
they march weird too, man. You know how that's got to hurt their knees after about 6 miles, like kicking it straight out, putting it down.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't see
You
the
think with
point.
the Chinese people, with all the intellectual property they've stolen from us, they'd have taught them slopes how to at least, walk.
Yeah, we march
The
normal.
Chinese drones fly
Yeah,
over.
we
there.
march.
I don't have weird marching.
Our color guard a lot of times has weird. They march weird, but that's
It's more like a show though,
yeah, that is yeah,
because not everyone marches that way. Just that little.
yeah, just that little group, and they, special people go to the. That's why I never had a problem with gays in the military because someone's got to be in the color guard.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean that's like the drama class,
Yeah.
they had to learn how to do the batons because they got to do the guns and move them around and twirl them, and
Yeah. Anybody that's twirling is usually a little late with
Well,
flippers.
you got to respect it. My cousin did it, and she I know. They used to sell they gave her a wood that looked like a 22.
Oh
It was
yeah,
all
the little
solid
wooden
wood.
guns.
Well, she thought that thing seemed like 20 feet in the air, and probably was 20 feet in the air, and they catch it and just keep on going with it. And I'm like, Jesus.
That's in my head and coordination.
Yeah, it is.
I'd
Yeah.
be dropping that some bitch in
I
splinters.
bet you couldn't do that shit now because every time I see her on Facebook, she's like two fingers in a bottle of something. And then she owns a shirt printing company, and her and her family together, I think, own the awning company, or she owns it
Oh.
now.
That's cool.
And they do all the screen printing on the awnings and stuff. She decided to start doing shirts and stuff like that.
I just saw another company in town here that just opened up an awning company.
Hmm.
I didn't know there was any around here.
I didn't think there were. I didn't
Yeah.
talk to
It's
them.
brand new.
Huh.
It's right across from Burger King and that
Oh,
area.
really?
Yeah,
I wonder who is it.
I don't know.
I almost can guarantee you I know them. So I will be going and finding them.
It's right next to the old. I think it was. Yeah, it's right next to the truck stop restaurant down here in 27.
Oh, right there by where the
upstairs center.
where the lady has the fruit stand.
Yeah, they're upstairs of her.
Okay, there's a fruit stand here that me and Tony are going to go to every weekend. We've never been to.
Fresh vegetables.
Fresh
yeah.
vegetables, fresh everything, and we always bitch about not having any fresh vegetables, any fresh fruit. We still ain't been there because it's almost a mile away.
Yeah. Oh God.
It's past the Family Dollar,
Which is at the corner.
and every time that I have to go to the liquor store, they're closed. So, or either I've only brought enough for the drive, and
Yeah, you got to pace yourself.
I put it in the small traveler. But I got to fill my air conditioner doohickey up today.
Oh, in your car?
Yeah, I might check the oil. I might take my really heavy, thick glasses out there,
Wow.
or take Tony and say, "Hey, what does that say?"
Yeah, check the oil.
That'd be me. I'd lift it up and it would start rolling down and just say, "Oh, it's over full."
Yeah, why is my hand oily? It must be way over full.
Well, we know it wasn't because it was dead ass empty when we put the oil in there.
Yeah. I wouldn't even let him drive it up to the corner to buy the oil. I said, "You can't drive that. You'll blow the motor up." He says, "We've been driving it like that for years. It's a Toyota. It lasts forever."
Yeah, that's right. Until that time, it doesn't.
And then the tariffs will hit you to replace it.
I just go to the junkyard and find one that got rear-ended and pull the motor out of it.
There you go.
Um,
Then he'll be borrowing all my tools. Probably have
Borrowing
me
my
do it.
tools. Yeah, borrowing tools.
Borrow the neighbor to hell with the tools.
If you see me out there trying to change the motor with all the wires that you got to replug the brain into and shit,
I don't think that's likely happening in our lifetime.
no.
Hey, Tim, I
But
think
I
we
love
have a
it.
project for you now.
Yeah.
Hey, the thing I love most about when I first bought that Toyota, it's so pretty and shiny. And you open the hood, and they've already out of the factory come with a thing to hook the hook onto it to pull the motor out of it. Did you notice that when you pull the top?
Yeah. A lot of cars have
It's
the
like,
hooks.
gee, because we expect you to fuck this up. So here's the place where you put the hook and just call a mechanic to,
Instead of plugs on the wires, just got a big zipper.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't put easy release screws or pins on the on the hood so you can just pop it off.
Quick pull hood, like NASCAR. Pop the pins and roll.
Be like a Volkswagen, just 2 bolts and what?
Hey,
What,
man,
2 bolts and
one of
3 wires?
Yeah, no, it's actually like
One time me and Tony was arguing probably about 15 years ago, maybe even longer. And I got in the car and I revved it up, boom, 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 and I hit the gas, and it was like, and it was on dirt. It ain't spinning no tires.
The old gutless wonder.
It could in my driveway. But you can get a bicycle and burn rubber in my driveway. There's so much oil on it.
My getting truck, when I go up to the ice machine there, it's downhill to the edge of the road.
Yeah.
And when I take off to go across the road, it actually is spinning tires downhill, then up on the other side. So I leave a trail all the way across the highway.
Because of the water or because of the oil that's there?
Because of my bulb tires and my hard right foot.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were saying that all the leaky cars in Lake Placid were.
Now, get that turbos twisting.
Got no bird food out there. We had a storm last night, Robin. They say it's going to rain all day. My weatherman says it's going to rain all day. Tim's
It's
weatherman
supposed to rain here today.
Trump's got y'all though. He brought the weather machine out. But this is our rainy season. Now, Tim, it looks like Tim's weatherman was right so far because it stopped raining when Tim said it was. But my weatherman's got us to 60 and 70% all day.
Yeah. Now this guy in the Channel 13 that's out of Tampa, he's saying that, it's just fading out right now in Lake Placid. He even mentioned our area because we're like the southern tip of their viewing area. And he says, it's not going to rain the rest of the day. It's pushing off to the east shore. And I'm like, okay. And then I come over and Ron's telling me, well, look at the map thing here. It says it's going to rain all day. I'm like, well, that some bitch is usually wrong half the time anyway.
Yeah. So
that's a great
only job you could be wrong, still be able to keep your job, a weather.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy's like $1,000. He's wrong about everything, about 80% of the time. But yeah, he still gets $100,000 and comes to work every day.
If it doesn't say at least 51%, I just assume it's not going to rain.
Yeah, because it's always like a 50%. Because that way they're never
50,
really
50,
wrong.
no matter what, you can say yes or no. If there's a 50% chance of rain or 50% chance not to rain. So,
yeah, really. Check your rain rock or whatever they
but
call it.
But whenever it says like 2%,
rock.
2% or 5% chance of rain, I'm like, yeah, shut up.
Yeah, don't even waste my time.
Right, it's going to rain over my neighbor's yard. Stop before it hits his garage, and then
I can predict rain real easy. If I wash my truck and car, it'll rain.
that's what usually happens, I think.
Every time. Well, my truck needed to be washed today, so I'm glad it rained real hard.
It did rain
Yesterday
pretty
it got
good.
filthy. I don't know why. It was nasty. And that's rare to see my truck dirty.
Yeah, I wonder what that was all about.
It was about Tim's just gotten lazy and doesn't want to go out there and wash the damn thing.
Yeah, but usually you wipe it off every morning or so, though.
Yeah, every day it gets complete wipe down, top to bottom.
Mine too. If
black truck's got to stay shiny.
Mine too. If the the jasmine vines hit it just right, so sparks of it gets wiped off. The honeysuckle vine thing is, it's like a pecker dragon across the top.
Yeah, he's got the lizard trails walking across the lid, everything.
I got that, what do you call it? I got the cat print thing on the off of there.
About that of all the things, why does a cat have to get up on the hood? They walk around every single thing, right? Climb under it, but yet they got to walk over the hood of my truck.
Well, what's
Like,
weird is
man,
I went out there at 4:00 in the morning the other day to take my garbage out, and the cat's just laying on the top of the garbage can. I'm like, can you get the fuck out of my way?
yeah, really, I got business here. Get out of there.
I got to take garbage out. It's Monday, homie. You can lay. You got 6 days a week to lay here.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes only 4 because I'm not one to go get my garbage can. I like to get it as soon as it comes, but first of all, I really don't. I'll just go ahead and say it like this. I never go in the front yard. So if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. That's why, my neighbor's like, you going to mow the grass on this side? And I'm like, no, does it need it? He's like, well, it's kind of ankle high. And then the next time he goes, well, it's about knee high.
It's like, well, if it bothers you so much,
And then finally, my wife is like, just give Tim $20. I said, $20? Fuck that.
Just using my lawnmower.
I can go mow it. I can go mow it for $20. So Tim did the front and I did the sides, and then
I don't like mowing the lawn. My father used to
I
make
used to
me do
love
it, so that's why I think I've decided I hate it. Because when you're made to do something, even if you have a brand new tractor and you're all excited for that, you use it one time and you're over that shit.
yeah, that's why I never bought a Corvette. That's seriously why I never bought one.
I used to mow 5 acres when I lived in New York, and I'd have to mow it sometimes twice a week just to keep it looking like a golf course.
It don't sound like a lot, but until you can visualize what 5 acres looks like, that's a lot. That's a neighborhood.
Oh yeah, and around here, yeah, that's like 5 houses, 6 houses.
Well, you figure most of these houses on 3/4 or
half acre.
or if in Clewiston, most of them were quarter acres.
Yeah, when you got 60 by 50 feet wide or 100 feet wide, that's not a lot of grass because mostly it's house.
Yeah, and the houses are right so close to each other, the neighbor can hear the neighbor fart.
Yeah, it's like living in a trailer hood.
I got 10
I mean,
acres.
literally,
That's not fun to mow.
I could toss an empty beer can, hit the neighbor's house on either side.
No.
Empty. The one on my side of the duplex is even closer.
Yeah, I don't think if we sat right there, I don't think we could hit Tom's house with a beer can.
I don't know. Well, not an empty. Could hit it with a full for sure.
Oh, sure. Well, I could hit the guy on next to him with a full.
This big tree in the way, though, that's nice.
You see those mangoes he's got hanging down over there?
Oh yeah, that's that time of year where
Yeah,
and then
mango season. This time of year, if you starve to death in Florida, it's because you want to starve to death in Florida.
yeah, there's stuff growing everywhere.
Because there's mangoes, avocados,
Oranges out the ass.
oranges, papaya, a lot of papaya.
I'd starve to death because I hate fruit.
And I love fruit. And there's so many places to fish, and you can build a fish trap anywhere. In worst case scenario, you could have turtle because all I got to do is show up and you're catching the turtle.
Oh yeah, there's like 4 or 5 of them to hang out at the end of our canal.
I'm trying really hard not to shoot them son of a bitches.
Turtles?
Yeah.
Why?
I love turtles. They're my favorite critter. They used
Why
to
do you
call me
want to shoot
turtleman
them?
because I like to go fishing.
Oh yeah.
And every time and these aren't snapping turtles, these are just regular turtles. But if you think that bastard won't bite you when you try to get a hook out of his mouth, and what's worse than that is his mouth isn't, because they don't really have teeth, they have a beak like a bird. And
they're sharp.
yeah, they're sharp, but their fingernails, their claws, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. Yeah, turtles, I've seen them in the middle of the road a lot of times. And I've been tempted to stop and pick them up and move them, but I've seen them snap a stick right in half that you're trying to screw with them.
Right.
He'll cut an inch branch right now.
An alligator snapper,
Yeah,
will bust a 2x4 in half. Not pressure treated, but a regular 2x4. They used to do it at Silver Springs just to show the kids, not to mess with them.
yeah. Don't put your finger up
They
there.
put just a regular old pine 2x4 there. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Everything. This is like the Africa of the United States. Everything down here will kill you or maim you for life.
And I always say Australia because Australia is where people, the Aboriginals.
Yeah, so, yeah. Australia is a better scenario.
I don't know because Australia doesn't have tigers and lions and elephants.
Oh, we got black panthers, Florida
Kangaroos.
panthers.
Kangaroos will
Huh?
kick your ass.
Kangaroos will whip you.
Oh God, yeah. Their tail is super strong, man. They
Well, their
catch
claws.
you with that.
You go mess with an emu. An emu will gut you, and so will a kangaroo. Their hoofs will gut you.
Yeah, they use like ostriches on a lot of like junkyards and stuff. They'll have ostriches roaming the junkyard so that people don't break in and steal shit.
That ostrich will go in there and gut you too, just like the emu. He'll gut you with that claw, that back claw.
Yeah, that's better than having a Doberman.
You imagine? All right, I'm not a fan of
A
any kind of
Doberman you
animal.
could bribe.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of anybody or any kind of animal fighting. But if I was going to pay to see one, I'd love to see two ostriches go at each other, because that would be those big old talons, man. You wouldn't even have to put razor blades on that back claw when it gets you.
No doubt.
Pull your guts right out. I worked in the prison one time and watched a guy get cut, and he was literally running the medical, holding his guts up. They were falling out. His intestines were falling out. Those are memories you don't forget.
Oh, I betcha.
He lived too. I don't know for how long, but he lived.
Until he got back to his cell and they got him again.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure they transferred his ass that night. Probably to a different state. They put him in the hospital and
stitch him up and ship him out.
I guarantee you, listen, there's a few things in prison that you don't want to do, and shit talking is one of them. Even if you think you can back yourself up, somebody always can get you.
There's always somebody bigger and tougher.
Or with a sharper knife.
Yep. A shiv.
Yeah, that was shake your ass.
Pickton guy, that's famous serial killer from Canada. He was killed in prison with a broom handle. Guy shoved a broom handle right into his skull.
Oh, lovely.
Jeffrey Dahmer was killed with a broom handle, but it wasn't shoved in his skull.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah. Woohoo!
Like, hey,
a human popsicle. He was turned into a human popsicle.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's like
a cornhole dog, cornholio dog.
Oh yeah, did you ever make those corn dogs you were telling me?
Yeah, they turned out all right, but I couldn't get the batter to stick well.
Oh, there's probably some.
The taste was perfect. I didn't read the instructions. I just.
Oh, of course not. Look at the picture.
I know, that's what I did. I said, okay, that's cornmeal. I got that, and I think that I needed to put cornstarch on the hot dog.
Yeah, I would say you have to dry the hot dog.
Well, it was dry, but you did have to dry it, but which is always weird to me because the batter is wet.
Yeah, well, wet slides off of wet.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
And a hot dog's a slippery.
I bet a brick mason can make one hell of a corn dog. He knows how to get the textures right and everything.
Oh, break out his trowel, make it look like a little dick.
I love corn dog. I used to, not to ever ruin that. That's why I don't smoke big cigars. I always feel like I'm,
deep throating
it. A black guy, Black guy'd be all right. If they made blonde, maybe. I don't know. There's nothing about putting the big black phallus in my mouth.
I was looking at him. He's like, "What in the hell's wrong with you, boy?"
I got a kid's shirt on today.
Oh yeah.
And I have a picture of me wearing this shirt from 1994, I think. The same shirt. You can't see it, of course.
I put this shirt on, and I'm like,
that's why it's so little.
Did I get this?
That's how because when I put this shirt on every morning when I wear it, I have to stretch it out and shit because it's like a large. Everything is just tight. Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
It's funny how you hang on to stuff that you've had for years and years. It's like most people, if they have a T-shirt that's got a little hole in it or something, they toss it. No, not us guys, man. We're
not me.
Tight.
Not me. Not only that, I tell my wife, you can put a patch on it that says, "Kiss me, I'm Irish." It'll last me another 6 years.
A kiss me on the kiss shirt. That would work out.
I got underwear with holes like this big in my underwear, and I still wear them.
Wow. Underwear. That's an awful lot to get underwear.
Pops, he wants me to come put a breaker in his house. I ain't doing that shit. I gotta take this.
Yeah, Tim, you gotta take this call.
Hey, Pops. Hey, are you there? Pops. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
The guy, electrician's coming at 4.
Oh, cool. Because I was going to tell you I'm not into opening up your electric box and get my ass barbecued.
Well, you turned it off.
Yeah, but then I got to reset all your clocks, and I'd have to worry if
No,
I.
you don't. No, you don't.
Well, let the guy do it.
Well, he ain't gonna do it. He's just gonna inspect it.
Oh,
There's a 15 amp in there. 15 amps. He says it should be a 20.
well, and tell Ron to come and fix it because I don't want to go into an electric box. I'm not into that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.
He got to be live and he didn't know it.
Yeah, he's probably pissed now.
Oh,
done.
he is. He's
He's
a pain
done,
in the
man.
ass. Old New Yorker, man.
Yeah,
I mean, the city.
yeah,
You can hear it in his voice, you know.
yeah. You could.
It's got that. I'm telling you. That's
Yeah.
what he used to always say to me. He called me and the guy that I was working with. You two, you who's get off my roof. I don't have insurance for drunk assholes like you.
Yeah, you know they don't test you.
Then we climb off the roof and he'd say, "Come on, have a beer." And then he'd say, "All right, we're going to the American Legion. I'm buying."
I'll be back.
He's a crazy old man.
So Tim doesn't always have things to talk about, so keep him entertained for a few minutes.
Yeah, our Florida Gators won the national basketball championship. That happened
Oh yeah.
yesterday. You guys watch that up in Canada?
Yeah. A lot of people watch college ball and university ball.
So you've heard of all of our colleges, basically. They're popular.
Oh
Like
yeah.
sport.
Oh yeah. Actually, the wife's boy is going to BC to try out for football. Is it this week? I think he's taking off to go try out. Like that's a big jump. Like BC from where we are is like, how many miles would that be? Be like 800 miles.
I was going to say probably a good 1,300 miles, I was guessing.
Yeah.
No, like from here to where I lived in New York, it's 1,481 miles. I've driven it enough times to know. And that's the most direct route. So I'm 1,400 miles from where I lived most of my life. But they have snow. I do not.
Yeah, they're getting some pretty crappy weather up there right now.
Yeah. Well, let me do the weather report. Okay, here in Lake Placid, it is cloudy and 71 degrees. In Binghamton, New York, which is the southern border near Pennsylvania, it's 26 degrees and partly sunny. In Seattle, Washington, where my daughter Krista lives, it's raining and 46 degrees. So you got 25, 46, or 71. I'm going with the last one, 71.
Holy, 25 in New York?
Yeah, that's cold.
That
Especially
is
this time.
cold.
When I used to live there, I always had, hot rods and stuff with chrome wheels. I'd take them off for the winter and not drive them. And April 1st, I always put all the wheels back on the Camaro. And then I'd get it back on the road and get everything all nice. And the spirit of crap, though, before my birthday on the 21st, it would snow. I'd be driving my nice chrome wheels that were very expensive through the snow. I'm like, well, who's dumb? Me or the weatherman?
Well, I had Keystone web wheels, white, Chevy white that matched my Opel GT.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Beautiful, beautiful top rims.
Yeah,
Keystone web wheels, I think is what they were called actually.
I had Keystone Classics. They're
My
chrome
favorite
with
tire,
a
that
black
ET
end.
slots.
Yeah, slots are popular back in our day.
Yeah.
But it, like the magnesium wheel, I had real magnesium wheels on my first car. They were super light, and they look great. But in New York, everything rusts.
The ET slots were always
They were aluminum, so that was
oh, I
nice.
thought they were magnesium. Sorry about that. I thought they were magnesium.
I think aluminum.
Even back in the 80s?
Yeah.
Huh, sure thought they were magnesium.
My Keystone Classics were magnesium center, but the rim itself was metal, and
I
that was
love
chrome. But those stupid things, they rust, and up there, everything rusts. Well, like you in Canada, you get a lot of snow, and they put a lot of salt on the roads.
Yeah,
I
you
think
don't
they,
want aluminum rims on your vehicle in the wintertime because if you do get a flat, you're never getting your aluminum rims off your hubs.
yeah, you got to carry a sledgehammer just to
Oh,
get them
yeah.
off,
And a torch.
and a torch. Got to bring the whole damn shop with you.
Yeah, pretty much. So that
And the guy to
aluminum,
do
it
it.
shrinks around that hub bay. And
That's where even my Ford truck, the front wheels off when I put all the crazy expensive drilled and slotted rotors on it and fancy brake pads. It cost me $300 for brakes on the front of my truck because I bought all this expensive shit. So what do you watch this on, a computer, or you do it on a phone?
just on my phone. I do have a computer. It's just I don't like where it's set up.
Yeah, I'm not. We have a computer at our house, but I couldn't even tell you how to turn it on. I'm so computer illiterate. It's incredible. Back when I worked at the car dealerships, though, I used to use a computer every day. I mean, I was even hacking the passwords for the parts department, and I'd tell them what part I wanted, where it was, and how many they had in stock. And they're going, "How do you know that?" I says, "Well, your passwords, TCB, taking care of business. How the frick hard was that to figure out?"
I did the same thing at the lumber yard with everyone else. I could always backdoor my way into the files and stuff and other people's files.
Yeah, that's what I did, man. I was the service manager, and I ran the parts department, the service department, and the body shop. I was the head of all of that. Even though I had managers that ran each department, I was over them. So I was able to get through anyway. No, I did not. Why did we have a blip? Our speaker, like that, his picture went off for a second, and then it came back on. Maybe that's what you're talking about.
Hey, Tony.
Tony's here. You're there.
Good morning, Tony.
How are y'all?
It's weird when you hear her talking in the other room,
So I had to
and
close
it's
the
like
door.
a delay to talk on the
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah, she's our news reporter this morning.
Oh, is she going to read her 7-page
Yeah.
documentary? I'm glad she has to read all that, not me.
No, I learned yesterday to shorten it.
Yeah.
She read her own work and said, "Oh man, this is way long."
Yeah, she looked at it and goes, "Y'all go read that shit." But she's ready to go to bed, so I told her if she doesn't want to, she doesn't have to.
Well, I'll have her do it right now.
Well, she is.
Oh, okay. Fire away.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay. We should have done this one yesterday because you were talking about the alligator and the lady who attacked the alligator. But this is Florida is home to an estimated 1.3 million alligators. Don't know that? Don't know. With Lake Okeechobee having the highest estimated population. Mating happens in May or June, followed by the females building a nest and laying 32 to 46 eggs in late June or early July. Eggs generally hatch from mid-August through early September.
Hey.
Huh?
Talk a little bit louder.
Huh?
Talk a little bit louder.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's all right. When an is that okay?
Yeah.
That's better.
It's crucial to know how to avoid becoming its next meal. Expert advice who has experienced alligators at Gatorama in Palmdale sells that during mating season, alligators might be more aggressive, especially if they're best to keep it. They literally
yeah, gets pretty extreme.
Yeah, we could have, thousands of dollars invested into an actual studio setup, but we don't get that crazy. I mean, we got a 32-inch TV we're watching ourselves on,
35.
or 35, so everything's big, not the little laptop computer size like we used to watch it on. And I look at the screen now, and I never knew half of that crap was even on the screen for us to see because it was so small.
So small
Now
before.
Yeah, now everything's big, huge, bigger than my damn cell phone right in front of me.
Yeah, when me and the wife do lives, I'll put it up on the TV as well, so she can read the comments easier.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like us. We have the comments now so big I can see them without even working at it. Oh, he came to the conclusion the reason she was so chopped up is because the computer.
She's getting, you guys are getting feedback because you can hear each other.
Yeah,
Did she take off? Tony.
I
I'm
think
still
she's still
here.
there.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, and you're supposed to tell the alligator story.
Yeah.
Wait, which alligator story?
The one about you on the alligator and telling how to shoot the alligator.
Jesus Christ. That's not really a.
Beer for Breakfast Morning Show is brought to you by Ground Up Remodeling. Tim will take care of your needs from the ground up. Truly one of the best in Lake Placid, and we wouldn't let anyone else work on our handyman or home improvement needs. Call Tim today.